Hello, crypto. It's great to be back. Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to Pulse Wars Power Play episode 6. We missed last week. Crazy times launching another project over on Ethereum. Was really busy for the last 2 weeks. So give it a miss. But great to be back on. Pulse Wars is ticking along in the background. You know, I'm still here working hard every week. There's plenty going on. The devs are working hard. We're actually probably only a few weeks away from having most of the game built. Pretty much we're aiming in the middle of this month to actually start testing the full game. So yes, I've been a little bit quieter on Twitter. In fact, if we actually look, where do you see this nonsense? Present. Let's see here. Yeah. This is how crazy life has been for the last 2 weeks. The last post I did for Pulse Wars was actually way back on the 17th of June, 2 weeks ago today. I did Pulse Wars Power Play 5. That was the last time that I posted on the Pulse Wars page. And here is why. Someone actually said to me that and I asked them had they bought an NFT and had they heard of Pulse Wars, and they said, "Yeah, I've heard of it. Has that still not launched?" So I thought I better actually take a bit of a break and stop posting the same thing over and over again. But it's important that everybody knows that we're still here, we're still working hard, and that the devs are rattling away. Ready in a couple of weeks' time. We'll start testing, we'll get the audits all done, and then the full game will be ready. So if you've been following Pulse Wars, we have the Pulse Wars community games, which was like a mini game. And it was always scheduled to start, and it's built and ready, but it was always scheduled to start before Pulse Wars. But whenever Pulse started to dip and our prize pool started to get ate away, there was no point in wasting hard-earned prize pool money at the bottom of the market. So a number of different factors came into play that would have said to just hold off on everything and give the market a chance to bottom out and turn around. And I don't know how you guys are feeling, but something's starting to feel for me. I'm not in the technical analysis, but something in the market is starting to feel a little bit different. It kind of feels like, even when we're starting to dip recently in Pulsechain, it kind of felt like, geez, there could be a hell of a lot more pain to come here. But for me, it's starting to feel like the pain and torture and down can't really go on too much longer. The next time the market turns, it kind of feels like we're going to start to get somewhere. RH was back, or sorry, the OA or the SAC wallet was back, scooping up a wee bit of Pulsex a week or so ago, and a few wee things feel different. The cabal have admitted they are the cabal. The Tang Gang have admitted or have no more ammunition against the cabal. Everybody has accepted who they are and what they are, and now we can all just get on with it. That's my opinion on the matter anyway. I just actually seen a post, I think it was from Randy Hilarski or somebody saying that I am the cabal, bring it on. It might have been Hexy Bastard, but I've always said that Pulse Wars was built to bring people together for a little bit of fun, and all the torture is all the people arguing and fighting each other. I think everybody said everything that they can say. They've already threw all the mud that they can at other people, and there's nothing left to be said. So onwards and upwards for everybody in Pulsechain. Let's get a quick look at this presenting. Let's get a quick look at Pulsechain, because I really do feel like things are starting to change a wee bit. I'm not saying we're going up here from here, but it really does feel like, what's somebody saying? Utah crypto max pain has been achieved. LOL. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling with it at the minute. we've always had this ranking on deck screener. It's been covered many times, and we're back down at number 18. We're at number 18. Let's have a look at what the volume is on the chain. $10 million of volume on the chain. That is pretty freaking poor. Even flicking up, Phantom has come out of nowhere. 127 million on Phantom. They were struggling and lagging way behind Pulsechain for a long time. Now, I'm not sure what has happened over there. They are getting maybe some of their protocols are starting to get some traction. Maybe people are coming back from the abyss. But look, we're definitely going to get our time coming soon. There's, as I say, we've had a few all green days in the last week or so, and I just feel that the sentiment is changing. We haven't gone anywhere. Pulse is still, it's still lagging way down. We're not really pumping it or anything, or we're not getting this great reversal, but it does feel like the kind of bottoming out. I had this wee thing circled here. That's where we actually launched the mint for Pulse Wars, and it's been kind of just going down, down, down ever since. And yeah, quite grim. But yeah, a lot of green across the board, and things starting to have their wee lip back up again. HOA held up pretty well overall, so it did in all the downturn. Chitan, one of the tokens over there. I was a big holder of Chitan and kicking myself for not actually taking some. Well, I did take some profits up here, but I'm kind of kicking myself. I set up a liquidity position on it to DCA out into HOA and set it up wrong and missed it out. Just a stupid mistake that I made. So missed out on DCA out of Chitan into HOA. What happened to me because I've been so busy? Just take a look at just take a look at this. So we launched a project called Blaze over on Ethereum, but I have just been streaming non-stop. I think I've done something like 15 streams in 2.5 weeks or something. It was really, really hard, tough work getting that launched. There's a thing that I don't even know or it says about this thing in crypto where I don't work for you. I feel very much that I work for my communities. My Twitter bio, it says add value. Two places that I put money, Pulsechain and Titan X. And I've done all I can to try and help both ecosystems. You can only do so much yourself, but I've really tried to do my best to add value to, the different ecosystems that I'm a part of. So Chitan took a bit of a hammering from the top there over the last, May, June, July of the last month and a half. Solid X is the performer at the minute. I loaded up more Solid X in around here. Absolutely stacked it up around this $80 mark and had the pain of watching it. Oh, sorry, I disappeared off Pulsechain for 2 weeks while it was all that stuff with Blaze was going on, and I didn't even look at prices. It was great. I didn't even look at prices, but I got a bit of a shock whenever I came back and seen that everything had kind of just been going down, down, down. It was pretty grim, but look, lovely tick here. Lovely we pump. I think they pumped 50% yesterday, and then but just all the tickers are getting this nice little, 3 or 4 days in a row of up. PGIF, look at that run up. I remember asking a couple of guys that I know well who got into PGIF way down here when it done this first pullback. Is PGIF in a downtrend? And I got laughed at. But look at the pain that they had to endure. Kind of nearly retraced. A lot of people, maybe get in here around here, and it retraced the whole way back. So, yeah, a lot of pain out there. Okay, so what is even PLUSD trying to get a wee bit of a run back here. Oh, back up to the resistance levels here. I've got a few things coming up with that community as well. Part of the plans for Pulse Wars is we're really going to be starting to push the team narratives and stuff again. I'm looking forward to that. What is Utah saying now? Solid X and Nope looking good. Yep. I agree. So yeah, the cabal, Hexy Bastard, Randy Hilarski. I don't know who else you want to include in that RG3. They've all accepted they are the cabal. And I see now that some people are calling the Tang Gang the Taint Gang. So never a dull day in crypto or on Pulsechain. But flick over. What is going on with Pulse Wars? What's going on? So the website got updated. So with all the changes we had to make to launch the game, the website's been updated, the white paper's been updated, the game is being finished off with all the changes. So there's been a lot going on behind the scenes. We haven't had any sales now for a couple of weeks, but obviously if I haven't been posted on Twitter, if I haven't been engaging with people, that's obviously going to take a hit. But that changes now because we're kind of coming back and going, right, sentiment seems to be, for me, starting to change. The game is getting closer to being finished. It's time to knuckle down for round two. So let me just share my screen again here. Move that one too. So many screens. Sure. Okay. Lovely. Pulse Wars. Prize pools are still. Why is that? Okay. Nearly 600 million pulse in the prize pool. If you're in the Telegram, trust me, that buy bot is going to be starting to ping again this week. We'll have a little buy notification every time an NFT gets minted. So if we see that buy button will be starting to get clicked again, the content is coming back. 600 million pulse in the prize pool, still sitting somewhere around 30 grand. I would like to kick the game off when that gets back to probably sacrifice or just above. So maybe we're not in any panic to get things moving. I'd like to see us get back to sacrifice. At least then we're playing even with a starting point from there of over 50, closer to 100K in the prize pools. We're still sitting 777 NFTs minted, Pulse Wars NFTs minted out of possible 10,000. The contracts haven't changed. The NFT minting contracts have not changed. There's still the same numbers available. You will be able to mint Pulse Wars NFTs and Citizen NFTs after the game begins. But if you don't get in before the game begins, you will end up paying a higher price because you will essentially be joining the game. Yeah, you will be joining the game closer to the prize rounds, so you're going to pay a premium for that. So over the next few weeks, when the content is coming out, and we're posting again here, we'll be constantly reminding people to get in. There'll be dates and deadlines getting set. And another little bonus that people will get: anybody that has already minted or mints before a certain deadline that we will make public will get the opportunity to rebuy into the game if they are eliminated before the prize rounds. So just because we had to tweak some of the rules, we wanted to make sure that we rewarded the early participants and the early minters of the Pulse Wars NFTs. There's going to be this, the way we've rebuilt it, the prize pools can actually rack up beyond what they would have been before. And I think when we get the game going, it'll really incentivize even more people. When they see the prize pools building up, when they see how cool the game is to play, when they see all their favorite coins, and then when people start to talk about it and they start to understand more of exactly what it is, because at the end of the day, it's just a simple fantasy league trading game with all your favorite Pulsechain coins. You can absolutely DJ to your heart's content within this game and not lose any money. You can just win. Powerful, unbelievable stuff. So yeah, none of the minting contracts have changed. There will be up to 6,384 citizens available for mint as well. Let me just check the. Here is a little nugget of information that is not public yet. So, because one of the biggest things was me putting all these collaborations in place. Let's have a quick look. All these NFT collaborations that I joined up with: Pulse OGs, Pulse Funks, Pulsalorian. So that's the Pulsalorian Vortex NFTs, OG influencers, Tang Bears, Pulse Inu Boost NFTs, Robo Rhapsody, Crypto Bums, Crypto Sloths, Grove Girls, Cookies and Cream, Byte Saga, Lizards, Heart Army, Pantheon. That's the Hodlonomic stuff. Pulse Cats, Tang Taggers, Pulse Chain, Princess Sophia, Cyberpunk Ninjas, Yoblins, Staker Class, Hex Funks, Titan Legends, Pulse Ape Yacht Club, Pulse Space Apes, Hexdale Babes, Red Squirrels. So I really did expect a hell of a lot more engagement from those NFT communities. But what's going to happen now is at the bottom of this little list, we will be, and this is your Pulse Wars Power Play information for this week. But the next update that gets sent from the devs at the bottom of this list will be Pulse Wars NFTs. So if you've minted Pulse Wars NFTs, you will be able to use that NFT to mint a Citizen NFT. Massive bit of alpha there. If you're playing the game and you're going to get in, if you don't have any citizens, you're doing yourself a massive disservice. For the same price as all the rest, for the same mint price, you get to pick your own coins within the game. So that is this week's, power play information, that little bit of alpha. The next update, and I'll make it public in the Telegram first, but on the bottom of this list, the 28th collaboration will be that you'll be able to use a Pulse Wars NFT to mint a Citizen. So that's a nice little bonus. Okay, the white paper again. White paper has been updated with all the new game information. We actually simplified it, cut it out, cut a lot of stuff out. We've did away with the 50-50 chance power items. So let's have a quick look. I need to these infographics still need to be updated. The game kind of stands as it says in these. There's just a couple of little tweaks in there. There's 7 classes of NFTs. It's all stayed the same. We've just put the information in here. So citizens, a portfolio of 4 Pulsechain coins, Pulsechans, and you get to choose them. If you're a citizen, you get to choose the coins. Pulsechans, portfolio of 4 Pulsechain coins. Natives, portfolio of 1 Pulsechain coin. Maxis, portfolio of 1 legacy coin. Legacy is anything that's not on Pulsechain. Basically, when you see the lists that get published, anything that's not on Pulsechain is technically what we call a legacy coin. Frenemies and VCs, 4 legacy portfolio of 4 legacy coins. Power items. So major change to the game here. Power items were a random 50-50 element in the game. If you held a power item, every round you would get randomly drawn against another NFT, and it was a simple 50-50 coin toss whether you progressed or not. To play the game the way we redesigned it, that was going to cause more hassle and grief than it actually brought goodness and awesomeness to the game. So we ditched it. But what we did is give them 1 Pulsechain coin and 1 legacy coin, which is another different dynamic to the game. Again, all seven NFTs play very, very differently. And then the founders, out of a total of 16,384 possible, there will only be a maximum of 200 founders of the future within the game. So a lot of that stuff stayed the same. Minting, that's all the collaborations. Now, here's another little tweak that will come as a surprise to people. Now, it stays the same, okay? Trades per round. We always played the game with 1 trade per round for most of the NFTs, okay? Now, what's happened is we've had to double it because, unfortunately, it's not a DEX. It's not a DEX, so you can't flip from one coin to another. So say you have Pulse and you want to change your Pulse to Pulse X. Because we haven't built a DEX in the game, you have to transfer, technically you have to go to DAI first, and then from DAI to Pulse X. So what's kind of happened to allow all this mechanic to happen is that you get double the amount of trades. Now, what that also does is it gives everybody within the game, and this is a positive, it gives everybody in the game the opportunity to sit in stable coins, which that wasn't in there before. So if you imagine before you had your 4 coins, if you wanted, you would have had to take the full value of 1 and put it into something else. But now within the game, you will always have the ability to go to DAI as well. So if you've got 4 coins in your portfolio, you will also have DAI. So technically, you have DAI plus 4 coins. so 5 coins, and that you've got that extra trade. You've had the trades doubled for whatever NFT you have, so that you can flip to DAI and back into whatever you want as well. And you can leave, if you think the market's going down, you can leave a portion or the whole amount of one of your coins in DAI. Just a nice little, another little nice little addition to the game, I believe. So yeah, Pulsechain's doubled to 2 trades per round. Maxi's still get none. They only get the boost function in the game. And same frenemies doubled to two. And the founders always had 4 trades. They now get 8. And technically, that kind of gives them even more power, because they can kind of go fully out of, if the market's in a bad downturn, they can kind of go fully out of their allocation into stable coins for a whole round. So that's one of the biggest and most interesting changes. But apart from that, as I say, not much else has changed. Pre-game portfolio, yeah, all that stuff's kind of stayed the same. Trades per round, and then the in-game trades, because they're all doubling, we are the little in-game fees will be brought down substantially, just to allow for that as well. And the game schedules all kind of stayed the same, and yeah, all looking good. Let's see, any questions there? I'm at 5% minter here. Can't wait to get going. I know, me either. It's been a long time coming. The game started being built. Well, no, the idea was back in last September. And then I did the first stream about the game with Corey Costa back in January. And at that stage, thinking that the minting would be going live in February and the game would be starting, in March. But the reality's been much different. But we haven't missed much. We've still got a long way to go in the bull run, and it's always been a game designed to be played through the bull run. So hopefully we catch the bottom of the ride here, and it's up only as the game gets played. Just to see Rich Landon in the chat. Hey Rich, how's it going? Prize pools. Prize pools can actually increase more with the way the new game gets played. So if you come into the game and round, if you mint your NFT at the minute, it'll cost you 1,000,000 pulse for your NFT, which is only about $46. So look, I mean, there's an incentive, if any, for people to start minting again now. That $46 you can scoop your Pulse Wars NFT for at the minute. Absolute bargain, given where the prize pools can go. But if you're coming in, if you don't do that and you come in after the game starts, it could possibly just double each round. So you get the round 3, and people could be paying maybe 6 million pulse to enter at that stage. But as I say, but whenever we're doing that, the prize pools can really ramp up without diluting the number of players. If you imagine, to get to the prize pools you were looking for before, we had to have 16,000 NFTs sold. With this new metric and the new way of playing and entering, the prize pools can ramp up a hell of a lot quicker with a hell of a lot less participants, giving the people that are in early an even kind of better opportunity to win more money for less investment in their NFTs. So kind of something good comes out of all the bad always, doesn't it? It felt pretty mind destroying or soul destroying, having to go back to the drawing board when things started to slow down, having to make changes, because it was stressful going back to the devs and having to rediscuss everything and kind of come up with solutions. But yeah, it's all went well. And then again, the Pulse Wars community games, they will start after the main game starts. Maybe I do have this little idea to possibly, because this is built to possibly take, if we, in a few weeks time or maybe a month's time, take a chunk of that prize pool and do one massive mini community game before the main game starts, just to generate that little bit of hype and get everybody used to how the game works and used to doing their trades, and actually give some nice big chunky, juicy prize to the community before the game even starts. And that could be an incentive again, another incentive to people for people to make sure that they have their NFTs minted before a certain date. So it feels good to be back on talking about everything that's happening. Here's another little change that was made. I'm going to be honest. I have bust my balls reaching out to people, talking to people in the community, trying to reach out, do as much for this game as possible to try to make it one. And I do believe it will be still one of the biggest things on Pulsechain during the bull run. When things start to kick off and the prize pools start to grow and everybody's coming in and we're doing shows and having guests and doing technical analysis and having competitions and face-offs and forfeits and all sorts of fun community stuff, there'll be a lot of engagement. But people have been, I don't even know what to say. I've been a salesman all my life. I've been took knockbacks, door-to-door sales. I've 43 years, and at the age of 18, 19, 20, I was doing door-to-door sales, So I know what it's like to knock on people's doors and get them slammed in your face. But, people within the community that you would expect to engage a little bit have completely blanked and ignored me. And, people that within the community that had the opportunity to help a newcomer to, just get a few more eyeballs and, at very little cost or very little effort to them. And for that reason, there's been a few changes made within the teams in the game. So if you're familiar with the let me see, does that scroll in whenever if you've been familiar with the teams of Pulse Wars, nope, you don't have my permission. That's Randy Hilarski and his crew. They've actually filled close to half their spots. You've got 200 spots per team. They filled about half, but a couple of teams have been kicked out because now, and this will happen more, now I've had people start to come to me and ask, can we get in your game? And I think that was one of the mistakes with the collaborating NFTs for adding them in as citizens, is that I reached out to most of those. And what happened as well, it's another perfect example. I reached out to these people and they all, yes, 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 I'll help. That's great. Can't believe it. Thank you very much. But didn't even literally share a post or mention my game once, share a tweet when even though we're tagged in them, nothing, crazy to think, if somebody came to me and said, I want you to be in my game, and I'd be like, yes, I would be doing everything I could to help them promote themselves and promote myself as well, my game, or my NFT collection. But look, a lot of that really didn't happen. And Red Squirrel came to me the night before, the 2 nights before the mint was going live, and asked could they be in. And they were so I said, look, no, it is. Got onto the devs, got them included, got all the stuff changed, got their contract address put in, got them set up for their royalties to get paid to them. Because everybody, whenever you use an NFT to mint the citizen, the creator of the collection gets a kickback and they get royalties every time one of them is sold on the secondary market. Again, I was trying to help people. And the Red Squirrels, they really stepped up. That whole community, loads of them minted NFTs. They were sharing the post. They were really engaged. And I think, the same thing happened with the teams. And there'll be a few more changes happen before the game starts. A few of these teams will get kicked out and a few new ones will get added in. So a couple of things. If you have an NFT collection and you would like them to be included in Pulse Wars, get in touch with me, because I'll happily kick out one of these other NFT collections that have done nothing to prove their worth for being in Pulse Wars. And if you are a crypto community and you would like to get your own community team involved in Pulse Wars, again, I will kick out one of these teams. PLUSD got in over another team recently. The other team was kicked out. The PLUSD guys community reached out to me and said, we'd really love to have a team in your game. So they have been added in. So there's a few others there. If you know what you're doing in Pulse Wars and you go back to the website, if you own an NFT, you can click in and see. I'll just show you. If you own an NFT, I'll actually go to the DAP. I'll go to the DAP quickly on testnet. Test.pulse wars. Bump, bump, bump. Go to testnet v4. Testnet v4. Connect. My NFTs. Woohoo! I love this. Have been on here in a couple of weeks. Let me just bring this screen up a little bit bigger. So my NFTs for teams. If you want to know, if you want to have a look, you can look in the white paper for what teams there are, but you can also click in. Look at this lovely Jake Sharp founder NFT. Put him in for controversial reasons. Founders of the future, centered on 10 of the most successful crypto founders within the whole cryptoverse. And we included Jake Sharp in that shortly after Titan X was doing the massive run that it went on. But yeah, Pulse Wars is more fun with a team. Choose a team. When you click in here and you own, you can see how many of the teams have been joined. That's freaking. Hold on a second here. That's not correct. I didn't need to go on testnet for that. Sorry, give me a second. I was wondering why my NFTs weren't showing up. Let's go back to Pulsechain. Connect. Profile. That's how stupid I am. I didn't even click on the profile. Maybe. The DAP hasn't updated yet. The real DAP hasn't been updated with all the new updates. But yeah, if you go into if you have an NFT, you can go in and check the amount of each. This one's been assigned to crypto and coffee. You see his little crypto coffee badge there. So if you're a fan of crypto coffee, you can join his community team. Let's go back to see if this one's joined a team. Yeah, Matty Allen is in the all-in team. Matty Allen. He hasn't shared any of my posts yet either. He answers me in DMs, but hasn't shared any of my posts. And he's been tagged. So, yeah, there you go. So, folks, that's it for this week. And a couple of comments there. Let's see. Matty, LOL. That's Mo. How's it going? Jake Sharp, let's fucking go. Yep. PLUSD is super active. You know, active communities are what we need. And they haven't even announced it to their community yet. So that will be, we've got a new team graphic being designed for the PLUSD team. That will be all getting shared out in the next, probably the next week or so. And then hopefully we'll get a nice influx of minters from the PLUSD community. And that will be the kickstart we need to get Pulse Wars back on track. So I'm super excited. I hope you're super excited. Remember, the future of our ecosystem is in our hands. We kind of moved away from that little cheesy strapline for the game, but I very much love the old 80s cheesy stuff, you know. Growing up in the 80s was all about fucking not even superheroes, just Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. The real Rocky and all the cheesy 80s stuff. I love all that. Carry on. Fun. Well, that'll probably come through. That'll probably come through whenever whenever we have this show up and running, and people are actually competing against each other. We'll have a lot of funky soundtracks being played during the week on the show. So that's one. That's Tango and Case. Mo. Oh, I love that show. I always remember the kid at the start had that, you know, that spinny thing, and he spun it and killed some dude in the back of a car or something. Oh, classic. But yeah, that's I've got so many ideas for the weekly shows. Whenever this kicks off, you know, people competing against each other, and I'm going to donate NFTs. I'd love to donate. I'd really love to donate 2 NFTs, one to Two Spooky and one to Randy Hilarski, and let the two of them compete against each other. That's not even fair because I'd rather get 2 people that actually really hate each other. Huddle fucking nomics. and too spooky. Two of them with a Pulse Wars NFT each and centered on the DAP. We can all see how they compete against each other on a week. Hodlonomics was challenged somebody or too spooky to debate and then completely pussied out of it. Crazy to see. Pulsechain, what a funny place. But anyway, look, guys, that's it for this week. Game on, motherfuckers. Where was he in the stream? Yeah, look, game on. I'll be back on here again next Monday. More updates. More updates. It'll be better, juicier updates than what we've got this week. Things will start happening again, and we'll see everybody next week again. And come on into the Telegram. If you haven't minted an NFT yet, get your finger out of your backside. app.pulsewars.io. Get your Pulse Wars NFT minted, and let's get this freaking train back on the tracks. Woohoo! Do you know what? I fucking love Pulsechain, and it loves me back. That's the recipe for success. Good luck, everyone.